Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we are diving into Healthy Brain, Happy Life by Wendy Suzuki. This book shows how improving our brain health can lead to a happier and more fulfilling life. So let's break down 3 key ideas so that you can start applying this right now and boost your brain and your mood. So, section number 1 is the brain and body connection. Through exercise, you can get this. So, one of the biggest takeaways from the book is the powerful link between physical exercise and brain health. Now, before you get turned off, understand that point number 1, exercise promotes neurogenesis, which is the growth of new brain cells, especially in the hippocampus, which is what improves your memory and cognitive function. So the more you move, the more you stimulate your brain's ability to grow and adapt. Point number 2 I'll make on this is that physical activity also enhances your mood by increasing levels of dopamine and serotonin, helping you feel happier and more energetic and less stressed. So regular exercise can even protect against that anxiety and depression. And point number 3, I'll make a reference in the book, chapter 4 specifically. She recommends starting with 30 minutes of aerobic exercise 3 times a week to stimulate brain health. You can try out walking, swimming, or even dancing. She talks about that extensively in the book and how she introduced that. So anything that gets your heart rate up is enough to make a positive impact on your life. Now we're moving on to section number 2, neuroplasticity. So harnessing neuroplasticity and mindfulness. So she teaches about neuroplasticity, which is the brain's ability to change, and how mindfulness plays a key role in strengthening this process. Point number 1 is that neuroplasticity allows the brain to rewire and adapt based on your experiences and actions. So that's about, why the activities that you do, things of that nature. Engaging in new and challenging activities like learning a language, practicing a new hobby, or playing an instrument is what boosts your connections and enhances cognitive function over time. Point number 2 is that mindfulness meditations can increase gray matter in areas of the brain responsible for decision making, emotional regulation, and memory. So a regular mindfulness practice also reduces stress by lowering your cortisol levels, which can damage your brain over time if it is left unchecked. So that is an important thing. In a reference in the book in chapter 7, she suggests starting out with 5 to 10 minutes of mindfulness daily, focusing on your breath, or you can use a guided meditation here on YouTube. I do have another channel that connects to that. I'll just leave it down below. But it's just something, anything to train your brain, reduce your stress, and improve your emotional regulation. So, speaking of the emotional functions in your brain, we're going to move to the third section, which is emotional resilience. So, emotional resilience and special connections. Emotional resilience and your connections are critical for maintaining a healthy brain and a happy life. Point number 1 I'll say is that positive social interactions and emotional resilience lowers your stress and keeps your brain sharp. Building resilience through gratitude, self-compassion, and managing your stress will enable your brain to handle life's challenges with greater ease. Point number 2. Loneliness and isolation negatively impact your brain health, increasing the risk of cognitive decline. Strong relationships and social engagement can keep your brain active and stimulate cognitive functions and also improve mental well-being. So a reference in the book in chapter 9, she recommends actively nurturing relationships by making time for meaningful connections, And you can do this by, try scheduling some regular catch-ups with friends, maybe joining a community, volunteering, texting, calling, things like that. Something that just strengthens your social ties, not only benefits your emotional health, but it keeps your brain in shape too. I know that some people, when they don't express themselves like to their friends or whoever they feel safe with, they will, I have the tendency to do this as well, ruminate on things and go over it over and over again. But expressing yourself really does give you that let some air out, like getting your feelings out, and then it helps you to stop going over those problems. So when you rehash problems over and over again, let me know if you have a problem with rumination down below. But when you do that over and over again, you are actually hurting yourself because of the fact that you are you have wires like going in your brain in a specific part that you keep thinking about. So this is speaking to that like neuroplasticity. Your brain remembers the thoughts that you think daily, and the thoughts that you think continually makes you who you are. Mind you, we have 6,200 thoughts every day. So the ones that you continuously think over and over again daily are the ones that shape you and impact you so greatly. So it is important to, in those moments of distress, or maybe if you need to relieve something, having someone that you can go to, that you can let that out, and that you don't have to keep, rehashing those things in your brain again. It does help you, have that emotional resilience as well. So this is concluding the video here. And this book that she wrote, Wendy Suzuki, Happy Brain, Healthy Life, I do recommend you get it if you, want to just learn more and more of the science behind it all. I just gave you a really good, succinct version here, but it reminds us that a few key lifestyle changes can transform our brains and life so vastly. And it is by incorporating regular exercise, mindfulness, and building strong connections with whomever you want to be around is what you can do to boost your brain health and your happiness. So if you are ready to start building a healthy brain, go ahead and do those 3 tips that I gave. Hit that like button, subscribe for more book breakdowns, SoulFULL summaries, and comment if this helped you as well. Peace.